Hey everybody, welcome to Three Fat Truckers. We're your hosts. I'm Bill.
And this is your old buddy Dave, just hanging around today.
Just hanging
Are
around.
we just hanging around, huh? This is Malia hanging around with Dave and the others.
The other guys.
The other guys.
Hey,
That's great.
this is Steve. I'm the others. Enjoy the show today.
Don't you remember Gilligan, the skipper too, Marianne, and the rest?
His life.
Yep, that.
Then they
makes you feel
finally
great.
must have looked at their contract, and then they started naming them.
All right. So episode 74, recorded on Saturday, October 19th, 2024. Show notes linked in the description as per usual. What do we got, folks?
We got another big week of how was everybody's week?
Well,
Did you have a better
funny you
week
should
this
say
week,
that.
Pete?
You like my kitty, Bill?
Yes. Can't see it, but I
Might
got
see it.
Anyway,
For
I
those
got
in
one of
the
them
audio
shirt-
only,
It's
Steve's
a picture of Deadpool riding a kitty cat.
Isn't it like a unicorn kitty cat though?
Yeah. Oh, see, you did see it. Okay.
I
I
got
can see
a
the top of it.
I got a shirt with a chicken on it, but it's that chicken from Moana. I got that chicken on a shirt. It's pretty
Moana,
cool. It's actually a sweatshirt. I got it on.
Disney cartoon.
Yeah, the Moana chicken. You remember him?
Uh-huh.
That's how I got him on a
I
shirt.
usually use that
I
for
rock
like
him.
Rooster Run or something, wasn't
Yeah, he just walks off the end of the
Chicken
boat
run.
and drowns.
it? Chicken Run.
Yeah.
Bill's in gray. Bill's in gray. Who would have guessed? Gray.
Do I need to explain
Great,
this to
great.
her too?
Yeah,
That'll
because
do-
we've
that'll
argued with
do.
him several times. It says it brings out his smile.
That'll
No,
do,
that's-
pig.
that's not
That'll
what
do.
Freaking said. No, it's because of the way the light reacts on the camera. It makes everything behind me dark, and it makes it look like a real brick wall back there.
It is.
It's like he's at the club.
Yeah, it's like I'm at the club. It's like I've got a real little studio right here, and I'm sitting in it, and not my
I
basement with a bunch
scheduled
of.
my next diet week. Tick, tick, tick.
It's funny watching you guys. I got Steve down here screwing something. I got Dave up here reading
That's the story of
something.
my life, girl.
You could be in
I
the
got-
dead smack in the middle of spilling your guts out to Dave, and he'll just flat change the subject on you.
I know he does. He's
Squirrel
up there
bubble.
doing
He
We
ain't
got
listening
time.
to a word
got
you're saying.
Time to worry about this.
I can always tell when I'm boring him, but he doesn't let me waste my time with it. He just
I changed the subject. Like,
and it doesn't matter if it's a question he asked you and you're answering it, you know. I
I hear
forgot that bores the shit out of me. So
all I hear is Charlie Brown, school teacher.
No.
And then what? And then
started
Steve screws
this-
things when he's bored because that's what he was down there doing.
Well,
yeah.
Malia, when we started this, like the first 5 or 6 episodes, Bill would get on his rant with about
Or
free
Bill
salt-
Rant? No.
what's it called? The software when it's free,
open source.
open source software, and he would get on a
Open
thing
source.
about that. And me and Dave, before the one show, we're like, okay, if he starts that, we're gonna start going wah 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 wah. And we started that, and he looks at us and goes,
Oh,
he wouldn't
fuck, I
say a
did. No, when we started
I
this
could
show,
just see you doing it.
Well, and me and Dave just kept it up.
We didn't know nothing about what he was
No,
talking
we didn't know
about.
what he's talking
We were
about.
blind, we're truck drivers. He said, "Here, get on here," and he's talking about all kinds of tech shit. And it's
Text
like,
it, and we're like, yeah.
Huh? What?
I
nope.
was tickled. I was really enjoying learning how to do all this stuff and putting it together ourselves, because a lot of people may or may not know there's ways of doing podcasts. Some are a lot easier than others, and I was determined in the beginning, right from the beginning, that we had no money coming in at first at all, so we had to figure out how to do things, arguably the hard way, which meant a little bit of learning. And I was kind of excited about that, so I shared it with people that I thought were my friends. And this is not a safe place. You can't say anything around these people.
It's not a safe place.
It's not a safe place.
Well, we don't pray beforehand, and we're not working on a Bible, so no, it's not Bible study.
Even though yours is within reach, probably.
It is.
That wouldn't make it safe either, I tell you.
Because when she says something bad, she's got her hand on it, so it just burns her a little bit to remind
Yeah.
her.
every now and then, we get a little fluent with the F word. Forget. Oh, not that
Free.
F word. Free.
Pussy.
Unfortunately,
Pussy, I mean.
that is part of my normal personality. So, in order to not do it,
Longshoreman, aren't you? I thought you were a truck
Longshoreman.
driver.
yeah, truck drivers never.
He
show
drives
you.
straight trucks.
Now,
One day.
He
I
don't
was
do
straight
them
for
gay
one
trucks.
day.
No
He
more.
doesn't.
now,
He
I
don't
mean, I
do
drove
them
a straight
gay
truck one day.
now, Dave, growing up, because you're older than the rest of us, why was it
Dave.
always people would say, I cuss like a sailor? Were sailors known for using foul language instead of
Apparently,
because
'cause-
our age group now is like shut your trucker mouth, or because it's a trucker now, but it used
Well,
to be
it's
cuss like
funny
a sailor.
I
Look
actually
it up.
got on my daughter. I said, "What is it with you and the swearing so much?" And they, I don't know. I got it from you. And I go, I never swear as much as you do. But yeah, my dad.
Yeah,
used to-
right.
my
Well,
dad.
my
used to-
kids, it's an age group thing, I think, because
It is. I think
My
they
oldest
just-
boy is bad. My oldest boy is
well,
worse
they
than
act
I am.
like it's just a universal adjective and
Right.
in every sentence, and I'm like,
So the
come
sailors
on.
popularized some of the most commonly used profanity phrases. That's why they say that.
Oh,
What
she
were
googled
they?
it. Look
What
at
were
her
they?
making us
Well,
look bad.
I know. What were they? What was the phrases there, Malia?
It doesn't list them, but
Oh,
it says
Oh,
the
you-
phrases salty
Well, then you're
language.
not done doing research.
no, you're not. Come back with us when you have more, please.
Yeah.
No, it was Pinkerton Bowden that sang the song "Universal Adjective,"
Yes, I
and
remember
it
that.
says I first learned that word when I was in the effing Navy. I sat down at the dinner table and said, "Pass the effing gravy."
And then
it
got
just keeps
effing
going.
slugged by my dad.
Oh yeah, it just
Cussing
keeps-
at the dinner
that's
table.
pretty good. But yeah,
I came back from the army talking like that, and I come from a pretty gentle family, or at least I thought they were.
well,
'cause
when
they-
you were in the Army, didn't they use that to motivate you, like a drill sergeant or something, where they're just chewing your ass up one side
yeah.
and down the other kind
Yeah.
of deal, and every word you can use, they used.
And it wasn't a surprise to me by that point. I just didn't do it a lot until it just became, well, you just weren't going to get your point across unless you threw in some colorful adjectives, if you would.
Is that how we got our point across? Or at least we thought we did.
That's how I got my point across during COVID. Leave me the F. I'm not putting your effing mask on.
Wasn't a big
Suddenly they
fan.
just like leave you alone.
You wasn't a
they
big
don't-
fan of the mask. Yeah.
If you say no thank you, they keep pressing, but as soon as you drop the F bomb, they walk away.
I never worried about the mask. It didn't bother me. I once took a 17-mile road march in a full
With the mask on.
full NBC mask. So a little
I am not
little
strapping
piece of
some
paper
these
in front of my
germs to
mouth
my
wasn't
face. I don't think so.
What is an
She just throws
NBC
these
mask
little
besides
nuclear, biological, chemical.
Well, what's an ABC mask?
Already
Ass
been
backwards.
Hey, Dave,
You're,
Malia just throws these little jabs in and ducks.
oh, I know it.
She's like Ali, man.
You got to
She
keep
throws a
moving.
jab in and she ducks out of the way and lets you guys take over. And then
I
Bill
do,
says
and
something
then
else, she'll throw another jab in and she ducks out of the way.
So I
And then
said
she
she'll
sits
fit
back
into.
and just has this little smirk, like
I said she would fit
They ain't
into
gonna
this
teach
group
me.
perfectly. She knows how to mix it up.
she's jabbing them in there, man. I tell you.
You kind of have to be on here. I mean, you're either going to have to sit there
Well
and be
done,
quiet the whole
Sensei.
time.
Well done.
Well done, Sensei.
Hi.
Or
I know
no,
all the fun
you've
topics
learned
that
well,
everybody going.
Grasshopper.
Yeah, Grasshopper, you learn well. You
Well,
realize
it's like
we throw some of these quotes out there, and half of the audience isn't old enough to know what we're talking about.
God,
I don't even know what you guys
half
are
the
talking
people
about.
That listen to
How
us,
do you know what the age range is that listens to us?
Because
Uh,
Only
farted.
3 of them.
Google Analytics.
we actually do get a little feedback on this stuff if you actually go in there and look. So
So we got some
So-
news. What do we got?
We do.
We do.
I guess.
Put your glasses on, Granny.
Yeah.
No, gotta get all geezered up.
What's that? Let me get my skirt back down.
Geezered up.
I got my lace on the table. We got my Bible ready. We're good.
She's got her apron on.
Oh my. Episode 74. Let's go here. All right, Q3. What is that?
I don't know.
Quality control in the third
quarter 3.
generation.
It's
All right,
the time of the
Q3.
year.
Cargo theft incidents is 14% higher than last year.
Yeah.
This is from trucknews.com.
No wonder why the flea market's been busy.
And it's by Today's Trucking. So, Dave.
What, not
What
Ashley?
happened to Ashley?
I know. I was like, Dave's
Are
Ashley
you
get another
two-timing
job?
Ashley, Dave? Are you
on Ashley?
You
It's
guys
gonna
have
get
rode
to
me
her. It's
so
gonna
bad
get
I had
to
to
her,
go
Dave.
elsewhere to find news.
She's going to
October
find out,
25th,
Dave, and she's going to divorce
2024.
you.
Well, no, maybe she quit working for CDL Life and now she's
Yeah,
working
she's
for
over-
Truck News.
So you're stalking her, huh?
Or she's
That's right.
two-timing.
Well, see you next
Cargo
Tuesday,
theft
Dave.
across the U.S. and Canada saw a sharp rise in the third quarter of 2024, with 776 theft events reported, representing a 14% increase compared to the same period in 2023, according to a new report from CargoNet. The total value of stolen goods is in the third quarter of the year exceeded $39 million.
That's for one quarter. Wow.
Jeez, Dave, where'd you put
Times
it?
4.
Where'd you put everything?
Just keep scrolling.
Despite a slight 1.6% decrease in incidences compared to the second quarter of 2024, the gap is expected to close as delayed reports come in, CargoNet said. The report added that organized crime groups continue to drive the increase in cargo theft, turning to increasingly sophisticated tactics and strategic nature that typically involve some form of document fraud, identity theft, and intent to steal the property they are.
And a pair of bolt cutters.
I was gonna say they sound like raccoons. Have you guys ever seen raccoons steal? It's so funny. They work in pairs, and one will steal out of the trash, give it to the other one, and they run with it.
I
It sounds like a
watched
bunch of
one-
raccoon bandits, man.
I watched one steal stuff with a red radio flyer wagon from a bear, and he had a squirrel and a turtle to help
Well,
him
yeah,
out.
but they give him soda pop.
Oh,
and
wait,
he's
that was over the
fast.
hedge. That was over the
Yeah, it
hedge.
was over the
Sorry.
hedge.
Sorry.
Phishing evasion schemes, purchased authorities. Organized crime groups have intensified efforts to gain unauthorized access to motor carriers' official email accounts.
Just like the old days.
These compromised accounts are then used to bid on shipments and bypass compliance checks. Is that what you do, Dave?
Yes.
This method has grown in popularity in response to much of the industry institution policies that rate confirmation documents should only be sent to official emails. Enhanced evasion techniques were also reported, with thieves switching license plates, driver's licenses, and truck numbers between each pickup to avoid detection. These tactics allow criminals to stage multiple thefts before their activities are discovered. Previously centered around recently purchased authorities in California, organized crime groups are now primarily interested in authorities in states not thought to be high risk for cargo theft, after many companies have instituted policies that they will not accept new carriers from the state of California into their network.
All I know is I've been watching this mob show, and they're set up in Tulsa, Oklahoma now because Stallone's running it. And that's my favorite show.
I think they call him King.
No, they call him the General.
Yeah.
But
Well, we got one paragraph left.
New
Didn't mean to
comedies
interrupt you. Go on.
targeted commodities have shifted as well, with solar panels, motor oils, and energy drinks seeing a decline in theft, while items like footwear, computers, high-end audio systems, and hard liquor have become more attractive to thieves.
Oh, well, gee whiz.
CargoNet warns that these trends are likely to continue
Guilty
into the
as
final quarter of
charged.
2024 as theft crews adapt to evade compliance checks and law enforcement efforts. Now we know
Okay.
where Steve gets his liquor
That's
from.
when you get the $10,000 bottle of bourbon. I don't know where
I was
that
going to
comes
say,
from.
it's no where you get yours from.
Did you guys see the Chicago trains that were parked along the highway 2 weeks ago, and they were up there cutting the doors and they're unloading them just as fast, and TV screen, people driving down the street, stopping, running up the tracks, unloading these overseas containers. So I said,
I heard about that. The wife told me about those videos.
oh, it was all over the
The
internet.
wife.
Yeah.
Now that I met her, I can get in on this whole the wife.
Oh, you had not met her yet?
I did finally, yeah.
Yeah, for breakfast.
She
Okay.
is, in
What-
fact,
What was
the
your
wife.
first impression?
What?
Is that putting her on the spot, Bill?
Yeah, a little bit.
He said, "What's your impression?" I don't know.
What's
She
your-
didn't.
what was
No,
your
I-
first impression?
Well, I just met her for breakfast.
Did she crack the whip and keep him in line, or did she just go with the flow? No, you answer, Bill.
No, know. For breakfast, she was going with the flow. I thought she did great.
Yeah.
They're really, I mean,
She ordered the same thing I got.
Did you guys get
was-
mush?
of course, you always worry about having two females in the same room. It's kind of like throwing a couple of.
Couple
It's
rabbit
like
raccoons
lining the
in there
walls
with
with barbed wire, and then throwing a couple. What's
No,
two animals that don't get
she's
along for
great.
shit?
a venomous duck and a squirrel.
Remember at the Matt show?
honey badgers, two honey badgers in there.
Yeah, remember at the Matt show when we had Big Rig Barbie? All right, who's not married so I can stand by him and the wives don't get mad.
That pissed her off. Apparently, I didn't tell her that story correctly because she was.
Well, that's not how you said it. You said the lady came up and said, "Who's married? Whose husband can I make jealous?" And I was like,
That
of
is certainly
course.
not what I said.
That
That's
is
what I
how you
heard.
said
Hey,
it.
Malia,
going with
grab that
Malia.
shovel.
That
That's
is
what
how
I
you
heard.
said it.
You just bury Bill a little deeper, okay, sweetheart?
That
Get-
is
get
how you
going.
said it. And
I
so I
told
was
it
like,
the way
of
she said it.
course, there's
She
a big
came
boy
up,
At the
she
show
needed
that
to
wants
know
make
where-
husbands jealous.
Well, she was looking where
That's
to
not
stand
what
in
I
the
heard.
picture.
Oh,
And she's like, "So anybody have a jealous wife?" And I thought, well, I'm the only one with a wife. So
well,
I-
Dave had his Saturday wife with him.
But
So
she was
at
there taking the
breakfast-
picture.
he was there with, that was all good.
So at breakfast, I was taking your wife's side, and I was like, okay, well, I'm the jealous friend. I'll protect all the guys at the next show. Your
That's
wife's
it.
like,
That's
you.
it. And we're not going to get any more of the females on the show.
Like it happened.
Way to go,
before.
Bill.
I mean, I can see it now. You want to get away
Well-
from them, bitch?
She's like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that was too funny.
Yeah.
But that is
well,
how you said it.
well,
I'm
Shit.
curious this year when we get down to Matt's. 1, we're having Malia. 2, we're redoing the arrangement of setup. And 3, we're in a new building. So I'm all curious on what, when, where,
And
how.
4, we're going to go do a bourbon testing.
you know damn well we ain't going to have no damn
We're going to get back to
energy
the
for
room
no-
and fall asleep after
Yeah.
eating. Ain't nobody going
And some
nowhere.
cheesecake, bitches.
Yep.
And hot showers
might-
at random
I might
hours.
have a bourbon with dinner, but
I get
And-
my hot showers.
And
the
we're
thing
going
is,
to get
Malia,
up and go see the show
We get
this
back
year.
to the hotel room, and it's not, 8 o'clock? Somebody stripped down to his skivvies.
What, Dave?
Bill.
Bill?
Bill,
and
Dave's
Steve.
over here
you don't-
playing on the damn
Oh
computer and
bullshit! You're
stuff.
sleeping just about the time you get your belly out of your pants. That's you're.
Oh,
You're
my
knocked
belly's
the
not
hell
in
out,
my
too.
pants. It's on top of it.
But
got a little
I'm with
Dunlap.
you on one thing.
Did you find some good ones?
Oh,
You hear him unscrewing that? It's like,
it's not. It's pretty cheap, but it'll do.
What do you got?
Redemption.
Oh,
Yeah, you
horse-
haven't had redemption in years. Who you should?
No.
I got the
so-
horse soldier here. Not
So,
affiliated with Three Fat Truckers, but we would like it to be.
Hey, but if they want to kick it up, we will sponsor
Yeah,
them.
we
We'll take
will.
the money.
see, I'm
we'll take a
familiar with
sponsor.
redemption, but not that kind of redemption.
No, they
She's
can
got the
sponsor
Bible out
us.
again.
They sponsor us, Dave. We're not sponsoring shit.
Just send us some free bottles of booze, would you?
Yeah.
And we'll put your name out there.
Is that why we're not getting everybody? I keep sponsoring them.
Oh, wait.
Well, look at
Gee
your hat.
whiz.
See you next Tuesday.
All right. Well, let's take a break. When we come back, I don't know. We've got live election coverage. Dave's got sports.
The sports decks.
So anyway,
Back to live.
back to live action.
Actually, we do got sports.
Do we?
I don't know how I do this with you guys.
This is the highlight of your week, isn't it? I feel sorry for you.
Oh, man. It
It's
is.
unfortunate, but
Speaking of Caitlin Clark, boy, she is really
So
pissing
what happened with that?
everybody off.
Did she go? I keep seeing YouTube stuff about her.
She can't
that
go.
she's-
She has a contract. She's got to get out of the contract. But
So she's
yeah,
not
if there's
going
a
to
good-
Europe yet.
No, she is going to go to Europe, but she's over there right now.
So they're losing their cash cow.
Yeah, because they done pissed her
So
all off.
who's getting sued here by who for being the stupid person that runs the league and
Well, they're not. Nobody gonna sue nothing. They just ain't gonna have nobody to watch it anymore. We're talking
That
about.
whole
And I
thing
don't
is-
know why they didn't crack down on what was happening to start
I know.
with.
We're talking about the WNBA and this little
That
Iowa
was the only
girl
reason people watched it.
come out and took the whole show over and unsold Indianapolis. They were used to sell $10 seats. They went to $1,000 seats. They sold out the arena just as much as the basketball player for this, and all the other girls got jealous. And they're all,
Of course they did.
and they don't like her because she's white, she's straight, she's tall, and she's good.
And that's not just boomers talking. That is exactly their words.
Yeah, they're all black lesbians, and they are not happy about it. They're saying it's racial. They're saying they're just everything.
Well, Dave, I pride myself on being a team player and like a lesbian deprogrammer. And I'll take this
Had
job
much luck with
upon
that, have you?
myself. Well, I haven't had no business here lately.
Ain't a lot of them
So,
down there in the hollers.
But, no, there's lesbians down here. Mind you that.
But
I'm not going to get into that.
It's sad because she did bring a
Oh, yeah,
lot.
she brought
to
a lot to the league.
They actually got out of flying coach and were able
Well,
to
this is
fly
what you
private
get
jet.
when you give everybody a trophy for just participating in
Yeah,
life. I
you're
mean,
right.
they can't play sports and just play.
Daggum,
It's like-
daggum millennials.
It's come on,
It is so true.
take your
yeah.
damn trophies away. Say, hey,
Yeah.
give
So
them back.
they pissed her off, so she's
What
taking
show
her ball
was
and
it
going
where-
home.
What show was it where there was like little kids playing soccer or something? They lost, and the guy goes out there. That's right, you bitches lost. You're not getting a try. He's just going off.
Oh,
on
that's a
them.
Billy Bob Thornton movie, wasn't it?
And they all start crying.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
That was
this
Billy
is
Bob
where-
Thornton,
I
the
don't know what it
Bad
was,
News
but-
Bears, I think.
Bad News
wasn't it?
Bears. Yeah.
No, it wasn't that one. It was.
It's a
It
new
was a
version
soccer.
of the Bad News Bears.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing clips on it. And I was like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
So why doesn't anyone tell these ladies to just grow up and knock it off?
Because
They were
you
making
can't-
more money. They were having people sponsor
like being broke.
everything. They were. I mean, it really brought it alive this year.
These people like being on their soapbox, and if you take the soapbox away, they've got nothing to live for. Can't play
Well,
basketball for shit.
Well, and
so
the
Well,
one
they
that got one of them got thrown in jail in Russia or wherever, and the U.S.
Yeah.
brought her back, and then she kneels for the national anthem. Still, you know, they should have left her ass over.
Well, I wouldn't have gotten her out anyway. I would have left her there. Like,
With
why
what,
did we
Brittany
get
Griner
her
or
out?
something was her name.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brittany
she should have
Griner,
sat.
yeah.
There was
And we
there were
we
men
traded
that
a-
needed to come back before she came back. I
We
would have let her
traded a
sit.
very valuable arms dealership that killed a lot of people.
She'd
for
have
her.
sat there and rotted.
She should have sat. So
But
she knew better.
I
than to
don't.
take that
I don't
crap
think
over
no
there.
American ought to sit in a foreign prison. I think we ought to go get them. But there, you.
well, if you go
Well-
to a foreign country and you are dealing drugs and you do
Well,
dumb shit,
yeah.
if they come here and they break our laws, then they need to serve in our prison.
But yeah,
Oh,
but then you
what do you
go
mean?
get her
They
back
go
and
to
save
jail
her, and then she comes
and
here
let them out,
kneels
and then
for
they
the
flip us
national
off.
anthem.
I seen them in New York
She
City.
No,
couldn't even
but-
appreciate the fact that she got out.
Yeah. So,
I mean, if we want them to, if we want other countries to respect us, then we've got to respect them, whether or not we agree with the way they do things. That's just being good humans, I guess. But-
and that's sports, guys.
Yeah, there's your three fat truckers sports coverage.
Well, you know,
If you don't like it, shove it up your ass.
Three fat truckers and one skinny young lady.
One skinny blonde.
They don't like
We
being
still-
called
but we
skinny,
still,
by the
we
way.
still talk about. Okay, she's pleasantly.
I don't know what to fucking say to women
pleasantly
anymore.
middle of the road.
I'm not like other women. I don't. You can say.
So we
anything.
don't call midgets
I can
midgets
say
no more.
Just
anything.
wow. I mean, it's,
oh, now
I'm
it's
not
just
all-
about. Okay.
We
I'm
don't
not
call
so.
midgets
I'm not going to
midgets.
get
Anyways.
so offended. I mean, you know, if someone plays basketball better than me, great.
I don't call
Wonderful.
midgets, Dave. I call them spinners.
Spinners
Hey,
or end tables.
bouncers.
Anyways, Three fat
Anyways,
truckers, we always talk about food. We have places that are three fat trucker approved. According to Dave, he likes putting stickers on the doors.
yeah, I got to get some more stickers made.
Yeah,
down.
there you
A
go.
lot of them little stickers.
Well, here, I
So
put a
if
little
you have
thing
a
on here.
restaurant and you
Oh,
want
yeah.
us to try it, send us an email. And if
Sorry,
it's
Steve.
in our travels, we will stop by there. And I hate to say this, but
Kudos.
Bucky's I
Buc-ee's
cook
is on our
competition.
is
I
there
cook
on our shit list.
competition
Isn't that a truck
brisket.
stop?
I've won awards with my brisket. I know what good brisket
Buc-ee's is the greatest contradiction that we have. because
Buc-ee's
we
pissed
are
me off, so fuck them.
We are supposed to hate Buc-ee's, and I
But-
do.
No,
Their
I went
brisket-
there at 10 o'clock in the morning to get a fucking pound of brisket.
Well, you're a little.
I'm
You went to
sorry,
get
sir.
Nobody
We don't
goes in
serve-
there and get a pound of freaking brisket.
Yes,
Yes,
they
they
do.
do.
I would have got 2 or
Okay.
3.
I don't,
And-
so nobody else does.
I said, I'll take a pound of brisket. And he's like, I'm sorry, sir. We can give you a brisket. Tortilla
Sandwich.
wrapped up breakfast thingy or this or that,
Yeah.
but we can't
you get
sell
9 of
brisket
those.
till 11 o'clock. I said, you're selling it right now, dude, and that shit. I said, I just want a pound of it. Oh, we can't do that. I said, you got to be fucking shit.
I can't
Well,
hate
I
on their
said, stick
brisket.
it up your
'cause
ass.
Can't
I'm
hate on
outta
that,
here.
brother. That's the best brisket there is. I'm going to
can't
say
hate
it.
on their chopped brisket.
man,
believe
you heard it
is
here.
good.
So I'm done with Buc-ee's.
Oh, give him another
Anyways.
chance, Steve. Give him another
Anyways.
chance. Go
Nope.
there later in the day.
No. I was.
You're down there. You
10:30,
actually
Dick.
live in a state with one.
We won. We got 2 or 3 now.
Oh, well, okay. I needed to hear that. Fuck.
But the one's like an hour and.
Oh, is it an
Hour
hour?
15.
Is it an
Yeah.
hour or something?
It is.
I could come there, but
Unless
it's
I wanna
5
go to
hours.
Tennessee
I can
and
come
do
anywhere.
do a little vacationing and hit one of the bigger ones. Yeah.
Well,
You gotta cover
semi
that camera too, Bill.
Anyways,
cooking.
He's like,
semi truck cooking.
you get in trouble for that.
How
too,
to
Bill.
get started.
Oh, yeah. 5 times. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Well, a lot of drivers out there cook their own meals on the road, right in the truck. This not only saves them money, but also helps as far as nutrition now also for those drivers trying to get in better shape. Ain't that right, Dave, Bill?
That's right.
Yep.
There's numerous ways to cook in a truck, whatever you feel comfortable with using. There's small crock pots, induction burners, gas burners, grills, smart hot box ovens, and many more. There's plenty of drivers sharing the recipes and techniques on YouTube and other social media. Let's hear some of your favorite meals you prepare while you're out on the road. And I remember when I was still driving with you boys, we all had the hot box oven where you put the little small tinfoil pan in, and I would make, I think I gave Bill, I think Dave, and Chad.
He made me a
and
lasagna one time.
I'd cook on Sunday, make a bunch of them, and put foil on them, throw them in the fridge, and I'd throw them in their trucks when I left in the morning. They're like, oh, and they'd throw it in their cooler, and they'd heat it up whenever they wanted it that week. But we used
Now,
to do
he actually made it
lasagnas.
in the tins that you just put in this hot box.
But lasagna was delicious. Lasagnas and like a pizza. There was one that was. Remember, I made a bunch of different stuff.
You made some. I thought they were chicken enchiladas. Yeah.
Yes. The chicken
And-
enchiladas were amazing. And
It was about $300 worth of chow he gave me one time. Gone
But
in a day and a half.
I just like cooking, so I mean, it was. I'd cook a bunch
Yeah.
for
We
me, and
love
I'd
you,
cook a
Steve.
bunch of them because we'd be gone all week usually.
Yeah.
But you see guys on all the YouTube channels and stuff, they show you out there they're making like trying to make gourmet meals or healthy ones, whether they're cooking steaks or
I do.
salmon or green beans, mashed potatoes. You know, they got the crock pot and they're doing Mexican stuff or maybe meatballs. And I mean, everybody's doing their own thing out there, which back in the day wasn't so much. I mean, it was always
No.
truck stop, convenience store. And like
But
I
it
said,
still
people are
kind
trying
of
to be more
feels like the most effective way to do it is to make this stuff at
ahead of
home
time. Yeah.
and then have
Yeah.
it to where it can be
Well,
reheated.
and how many truck drivers, I mean, if they're on the road for weeks at a time, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
3 weeks, 4 weeks, they do their shopping at Walmart, even though Walmart doesn't like trucks in their parking lots hardly anymore.
Yeah.
But truck
Our
drivers go
Walmart
in there
don't
and
say anything about it. Don't seem.
Right
but
there.
they'll try and
right,
yep.
right there you go, Steve.
Yes, sir. The old
Yep,
hot
that's the
box.
hot box
ones.
we're talking about.
I still have that. I used it the other day. We did a little picnic thing, and I took something hot with this, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to use that. And I love that little thing, man. It works great.
Yeah,
But,
those in the audio only, he was showing pictures. This thing looks like an old fashioned lunchbox. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's 12 volt, and it'll get up to 300 degrees. I mean, it gets hot.
And it might take an hour to cook something, but by God, it's cooked all the way through.
Well,
and,
the rule was as soon as you could smell it in the bunk, it was ready.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much.
See, I've
So-
stepped up from then. I have a microwave, convection oven, air fryer in my truck.
Air fryer in his truck.
Hey, making chicken wings, Bill.
I do. I buy chicken wings, take them with me, and then warm
stuff
them
like
back
that.
up.
I mean, drivers are being, well, some drivers. I mean, I think it's a lot more than it used to be, are being more health conscious.
Well,
look stuff that they eat instead of buying it at the gas station. Yeah. But when you go to the gas station or the Pilot or Love's or whatever, what's in the case? I mean, they got chicken wings, hot dogs, cheeseburgers, burritos, and
mass produced.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean,
or
at
it's
least
Love's, Hardee's.
If you're fixing it yourself, it's cheaper. You know what's in it. You know what kind of seasonings on it. I mean, it's better for you, and you can buy healthier options.
Love.
Have you guys
I put a lot
seen
of love in all of it.
Have you guys seen the new toolbox that looks like
Bill? Did you hear him earlier?
And and you open
see that jab right in there, David. She jumped back out.
Yeah. He put special sauce. He's like, Bill's like, oh, you want some special sauce?
The new grills that they
Look,
put right on
he's
the
scratching.
side.
He's like, oh.
You open
I
the
love
lids on
you.
them, they got flat tops.
I needed somebody else to jab at Bill with me, and you're right on the bus, girl. Look at him. He just sitting there.
You know what did it in for me?
I have
when
to
he
think
threw his
every
hat
time.
backwards
I'm like,
and
man,
went to
what am I going to
breakfast.
get away with saying, and what am I going? What's going to come back and bite me square in the ass one of these days?
But I mean, what do you cook in the truck, Dave? When you do cook like that,
do
you buy stuff before you leave for the week and put it in a cooler or a fridge? Or do you have a fridge or not?
I will give you last week's menu. I had baked spaghetti. I took in a Tupperware dish and I warmed it up. I had cube steaks and gravy, and then I warm up my mashed potatoes and my vegetables. So I had, I didn't have no mashed potatoes this week. I had rice, so I had to do two.
He's getting ahead of himself.
But and then I took.
I lost something there. What happened?
I started to say something, then I changed my mind. I thought, no, don't say it. I censored myself, which is rare.
Brakes locked up.
Yeah, they're frozen. But I had hamburgers. I had
a little charcoal
and rice.
Remember, you could buy a Dollar General like a 12 by 12 charcoal grill. I mean,
I got a little gas one like that.
It cost like $9-10. I used to use a little charcoal grill once in a while, cook steaks or hamburgers and stuff on it. Right back on the catwalk.
Yep.
But I seen at the truck shows before where they'd have a gas grill mounted on the frame of the truck back there.
Yep,
and they'd have it all
like
painted up. It'd have it all painted up, and it'd say "Roadkill Grill."
Back in the Army, we'd be pulled off on the side of the road. We get them MREs. You ever seen those? Those meals that they
food
give you
in a box.
You could take the metal pouch that the main course would come in, and you could throw them right on the engine block. Give that about 20 minutes.
I cooked many lunches on the turbo before.
Yep.
Well, when I was a crane operator at Omni, I run a crane, and right behind me was usually a 671 Detroit, and I would take a can of soup and a sandwich, like a poor boy with potatoes, and set it right on the manifold.
Did you ever have a can of soup explode?
I don't know. It was down underneath me if it did. But it would sit there and cook right on it. When it burnt the paint off the can of soup, I knew it was done. And then we'd take them in there, and I'd have hot lunch every night. Everybody goes, how do you cook your food? But a lot of poor boys, potatoes, hamburger,
I had
a
Ford 9000 day cab, and I threw a can of chili, took the wrapper off, threw a can of chili up there on the manifold, and a sandwich wrapped up in foil, closed the hood, drove from Fort Wayne all the way to Plymouth. Got to Plymouth, was back in the dock, and I heard, boom!
That might have been a little too far.
I'm like, what the hell was that? And
that was lunch.
All of a sudden, I started smelling chili.
Did you forget it was there?
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was hot yet.
Oh, no, that's probably a little too long.
It put a dent all the way through the top of the hood. It didn't rip. I put a hole, but it put a crease in the hood.
You gotta put a hole in the can. You gotta let some of that pressure out.
I didn't think about it. I was young. I was probably 24, 23. Didn't think nothing about it.
Do you remember
But I
your
knew I
old
was going to
day?
have a hot lunch.
Do you
Yeah.
remember your old day cab
gotta scrape it
Ford
off now.
had the truck brake with the switch you threw up and down right there
Oh,
by the
yeah.
light on the left hand side? Didn't have a fancy button. Had one for the trailer, but not for the truck.
Yep. But there's all sorts of ways for drivers to cook out there now. I mean, and I see a lot of videos where they're using crock pots and stuff, and they
Yeah.
got the ones that'll
Mhm.
the lids lock, and they'll take a
Mhm.
ratchet strap or something. You see it strapped down to their counter in the back, so driving down the road it don't fall off. or
Well, you
anything.
can buy
Yeah,
them at
why
the Love's
not?
Truck Stop now, just like our little lunch boxes that have crock pots with locking lids down there.
Do they?
I
One
love
size,
crock
yeah.
pots.
Well, and I've seen
Yeah,
a lot
they're
of
Well,
guys
12 volt.
where they've made a makeshift box that goes on the front seat, jump seat, and the
Mhm.
seat belt straps through it and straps it in. And I've seen them where they have like their microwave in the bottom, a sink in the top. I mean, it's a whole kitchenette
You
strapped
sent
into
me.
the front seat.
Remember the stupid picture you sent me of the guy put a whole smoker
Oh yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
front
Took the
seat?
seat
and
out.
He's going down the highway,
He's smoking
smoke rolling
barbecue
out the
out the
window.
window, man.
I'm like, holy
Well,
cow!
I thought that would be for you for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't need
Yeah.
it. I'll smoke it at home and then take it and warm it back up.
My
Man, I'd
problem
smoke
is the
it
damn
anywhere I
door
get it, man.
crack
I
open
do-
and I'd
I know
fill the
my
truck full of smoke.
I'm just trying to tell you, man. I
You
smoke.
get the good smoke.
I smoke right now, man. I'd smoke right now if
that's
I
all-
wasn't doing this show.
That's when you in Michigan, you smoke.
Smoke every time I go to Michigan. I'd smoke on the way up there, on the way back. Smoke everywhere. You go to Michigan, by God.
Making peanut butter sandwiches.
That's their cash crop up there now.
Will you make me a peanut butter sandwich?
You trust me to make peanut butter sandwiches?
Well, yeah,
Or
I will
I'll already
eat
be
your
smoking
peanut
before I
butter
get
sandwich.
there. So. I want to know the difference.
I can't do that till I retire.
And then that'll be one hell of a day.
Yeah.
'Cause it'll be legal
just
here
think
by
how
then.
bad he is now for getting shit.
It'll all start coming back.
Well, it
It'll
could
wire
be,
up the
it'd be
right-
reverse. Yeah,
Kill them.
reverse.
Rewire them brain cells like
He'll be
kill.
like, "Why is my name in my underwear? Who's this Dave Hart fella?"
Been there,
yeah.
done that. Been there.
Oh, really?
So all week, Steve has took a job where he gets to cook quite a
Oh,
bit.
yeah. I
So
could.
what
15 meals
is
a week.
what is the specialty that everybody likes that you cook since you took over cooking down there?
Well, see, the problem is
I know you got
we
bread.
do keto, no carb, low carb, because we got people that are diabetic and we're trying to get the gentleman to lose weight. So I think my favorite thing to make is we either make keto pizza or keto lasagna, where you take and mix mozzarella, eggs, cream cheese, Parmesan, and you blend it all up and put a shitload of garlic powder and pepper in it. You spread it on a parchment sheet that's
Excuse
sprayed
me.
with cooking spray. Excuse me. Bake it, and that ends up either being your pizza crust or you cut it into strips for lasagna noodles. And I'll tell you what, from regular lasagna to I think I like that lasagna 10 times better.
Yeah, I like
I,
lasagna soup. That
because it's-
lasagna soup is good because you don't have to put your noodles in if you don't want.
But
You
it's
could
made with
that in there.
the cheese is what bakes with eggs too, which makes it's a real soft, like thin pizza crust, almost like a pita bread, whatever you want to call it. But you cut that into your noodles, and then you layer it with sausage that's been cooked with tomato paste, and you layer that. Put noodles in, paste, a scoop of ricotta, another layer, and just do like 2 layers.
Do
and
you make a regular red sauce or you just use
I buy Walmart's pizza sauce, which has got 3 grams of carb. I watch all carbs and everything.
okay?
That's 3
well-
grams of carbs and
Tomorrow I'm
lasagna-
making tomato. I'm making Oh my god!
tomato.
No, I'm making
Potato.
potato soup tomorrow, and I'm also making ham and beans and cornbread for this week. That's 2 items I want to take.
But that lasagna might be 6 total carbs
Hmm.
for these guys. Instead of having regular lasagna, you're going to have 40 plus.
That means I'm going to need a whole.
So what
skillet of
happens
it.
if I sit down and eat 2 of them?
It's
Or
not
4.
that bad. But
Come on, we're
but
fat
we do a
truckers.
lot. I do a lot of on the flat top. I got a 17-inch Blackstone that I use a lot, and we'll make chopped chicken, whether it's barbecue chicken, teriyaki chicken, and barbecue chicken usually
That's
goes.
the other thing I'm making this week is teriyaki.
And we use Baby Ray's no sugar barbecue sauce, 2 grams of carbs.
Mm-hmm.
I watch carbs and everything. That, and then we'll make homemade coleslaw and baked beans for that. Or
Right,
we'll
Still got that.
or
Carbs go right in.
Baby Ray's has teriyaki now that's got 2 grams of salt.
I've been over here eating cake while we've been doing this show.
I'll tell you a dessert then.
If you ain't got enough to
3
share with
grams of carbs.
everybody,
You ready, Bill?
You got some pretty good cake there, Malia?
Yeah, I've been eating cake.
You take.
I got a whole thing of candy out in the refrigerator.
Take one thing of cream cheese, one thing of Cool Whip, and like a 2 or 3
sour cream
of no sugar peanut butter.
Yuck.
A tablespoon of vanilla. Mix it up, and it's like a peanut butter cheesecake fluff. It's delicious.
Get the peanut butter from Malia.
I was going to say you can replace the sugar and peanut butter with other things. And it
Well,
makes
you can
it
buy
just as
no
desirable.
sugar peanut butter. Jif has it now.
Yeah,
I didn't know they put
the
sugar
natural
in
peanut butter is just peanuts and
Can't
salt.
you just grind regular old peanuts up and put in there? They ain't got no sugar in them.
You gonna do that for me, Dave?
I grind you some. Hey, we going old school
I'll grind
here.
your nuts, you son of a bitch.
He says peanuts, penis. Wow.
Peanuts, nuts.
Well,
So, go ahead.
So
oh yeah,
he's gonna wrap it up. You better.
I was gonna wrap it up, so you better hurry up. And get it out.
I had
Spit
more
it out,
questions. Do you just take the sausage and eggs and make like scramblers every day, or do you try making some French toast? Or
I can flip out omelets. We do chaffles.
Vegas waffles.
We do
Vegas
the
waffles.
peanut butter waffles, where it's a 1 egg and 1 scoop of peanut butter, and mix it up and put in a waffle maker, and it's a peanut
You
butter.
need a waffle with vanilla ice cream on it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
we went to breakfast once.
Strawberries.
He's
whipped
eating.
cream.
I didn't even know
Waffle.
something like that was on the menu. Did you?
I
did
just
you
had another one. Oh, it was so good.
Was it on the menu, or did you
Yes,
just order
it's
it
on
that
the
way?
menu.
I don't want to talk to you.
It's on the menu.
Some places have
You
it on the
find
menu.
You find me. A
No,
scoop of-
Steve. That was the
scoop
morning of my
vanilla.
DOT physical. She had that right in front of my face.
What a bitch. Oh no.
I just had another one.
Hey, you find
It
me a
was really
scoop
good.
of vanilla with some bacon bourbon syrup. I'm in.
Oh yeah.
But listen to me. A waffle is the same as a waffle cone. Just a waffle cone you get at the ice cream.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Have
Except
any of
she
you
just
had
it for breakfast?
chocolate
Oh, so good.
covered bacon? They sell
Yes,
it at fucking
several
Kroger.
times.
Dude, I've had bacon and everything. You put bacon in good vanilla
Oh,
ice
my
cream.
God.
I
and
had
it's-
bacon on a stick.
My
with
cousin brought
with
this
whiskey.
to a get together. It was like $12 for 6 pieces. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Chocolate? No, that sounds disgusting. I tried
No,
a
it don't.
piece
Bless you.
and I'm like, okay, I know why they make it now.
They make a maple whiskey
A
one.
maple
Maple.
Bacon maple whiskey.
He said
Bourbon.
Bacon.
On a stick. You can get bacon that way.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Dave.
Tell me.
Bacon is the fairy dust. We've all heard this before.
It's the crack of food, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
You can't go wrong with bacon.
It's the most versatile food.
You cannot go
out
wrong
there.
with pork belly, can we, Dave?
No,
That's just thick bacon.
that's just bacon and ain't been
Thick,
good yet.
chunky
I'm
bacon.
gonna have to make some burn ends, Dave. Pork belly burn ends now.
Pork belly. I kind of like the bologna ones too.
Oh man.
I like the pork
I'll tell you
ends.
what. They come out with they called it poor man burn ends, hot dogs.
Yeah.
They use hot dogs, and I'm like,
Gosh dang it.
bullshit. Have you bought hot dogs? They went
Yeah,
sky
hot
high.
dogs. Yeah.
I did
Yeah,
buy
I
some
just-
hot dogs today. That was marked down.
Twist.
They were
Oh.
beef hot dogs, and they're usually like $5.49 a pack. I bought 4 packs for
Push.
$2.99.
Push. Bill, push.
By the way,
I didn't know what she was talking about there for a second. What she was coaching him on.
By the way, Malia, next Saturday, we're doing a fundraiser. We're going to need you to help do some hot dogs with us.
You
from
do know
noon
we're
to,
recording
4.
right now, right?
Yeah.
We're doing
We're
trunk or
good
treat.
We're gonna be
now,
rich. Or somebody is.
We're-
All right,
Done,
kids.
Bill? And then we can bullshit after this.
Yeah. All
We
right.
do
That
lose
pretty
some good
much.
content once in a while, though.
We do.
We
our
come
phone
across
calls
as good.
waste content. That's why we don't talk much anymore. All right. Well, we'll be back in a week, kids. Hey, you know what? I forgot to mention this on the last episode. Get a hold of us on
A week
social.
ago?
That was a week ago, Bill.
Yeah, that was a week ago. Get a drop a line on them their Facebook and email the show at 3ftpodcast.org. That's pretty much the only two places
Hit all the
that matter.
socials. We're everywhere.
We are, but for most people, I feel like Facebook is the internet. So there you go.
Instagram that Dave keeps
You
up
mean-
on.
Yeah, I started getting more followers.
Are
you get
you
more
now?
followers? I bet
Yeah,
you got
okay.
more
Saying dirty
followers in
stuff
the
to
last
you,
4
or
episodes
you-
than I've gotten in 2 years. So there
No,
it is.
the ones we get are the ones that tell us that show
You
sucked.
suck. Yeah.
or they're friends with me.
Oh,
Yeah. I
that's
know, Dave.
Everybody, Dave.
Yeah, one friend in common.
You never heard that joke, did you, Malia?
Which joke?
About, I need to tell it again. I like this joke. It's funny. Have you heard the joke about a boss that has an employee named Dave? And Dave knows everybody. And the boss is like, bullshit. You don't know everybody. He says, you name anybody, I know him. His boss says, okay, Tom Cruise. He says, me and Tom go way back. You guys just laugh when I get to the punchline, fuckers.
All right.
Okay. So he goes, let's get in a plane and fly out to Hollywood. They get in a plane, fly out to Hollywood, knock on the door of Tom Cruise. Tom opens the door and he says, Dave, how you been, buddy? I seen you forever. And that's Dave's boss is like, son of a... Come in, have a beer, buddy. We'll catch up. And they go in, hang out with Tom Cruise, have a beer, and they get ready to leave. And he says, see, told you, I know everybody. He says, just say it. He says, anybody. You name anybody, I know him. Dave's boss is like, okay, Tom. Okay. Okay, Dave. Not Tom, Dave. He says, Barack Obama. Dave says, me and Barack go back, way back. Let's fly out to D.C. and we'll run in and talk to him. They fly out to D.C. and they get there and they're doing the tour of the White House and Barack's walking through and he sees Dave and says, Dave, how's it going, buddy? Come on into the Oval Office. We'll catch up. And Dave's boss is like, son of a, how the hell's he know everybody? And they hang out with Barack for a little while and they get done. They're walking out. And he says, see, told you, man, I know everybody. And Dave's boss is like, bullshit. There's no way you know everybody. He says, okay, Dave. Okay. The Pope. Dave says, oh, shit. Me and Pope Francis go back. We go way back. Let's fly out to Rome. They jump on the plane, fly out to Rome. They get there to the Vatican. There's thousands and thousands of people out there. And he says, I don't think the Pope's going to see me all the way down here with all these people. He says, I tell you what. He says, I know all the security guards. He says, I'll come out on the balcony with the Pope. Dave's boss is like, yeah, right. Sure you will. Dave disappears. About half hour later, all of a sudden, he comes out on the balcony with the Pope. All of a sudden, there's a commotion down below, and Dave's boss is passed out on the ground. Dave gets back down there and gets down to his boss. He says, what's wrong? And what happened? What happened? He says, Dave, that's the last straw. And Dave says, what? Well, are you okay? He says, that's just the last straw, Dave. He says, you come out on the balcony with the Pope? And the guy beside me says, who the fuck's that with Dave?
That's just terrible.
I love that joke. I'm sorry. It's a good one. With that, folks, have a wonderful evening.
Yep.
Afternoon, morning, whatever time zone you're in.
We love you, everybody. Even the ones that hate us. No, we don't like you. Fuck off. See you next week.
Have a
Till
good
then,
week,
I've been
everybody.
Bill.
And your buddy Dave still sitting here that everybody knows.
And this is Malia.
And who the hell's that with Dave?
See
This is Steve.
Malia.
Have a great week. Appreciate you coming by.
you, folks.